Yo, it's your boy Luap coming back at it again with another video. In today's video, I will recap and review Pokemon Journeys episode 91, The Ghost Train Departs, as well as give my predictions for episode 92, Gengar Does Its Best, The Road to Kill Dynamax. If you guys enjoy episode reviews as well as recaps each and every week, then I highly suggest you hit the like button and subscribe as it truly helps support the channel. Seriously, thank you all so much for watching my episode reviews. Having such consistent people leaving comments on my episode reviews is always fun, as it truly feels like I'm building a community here with them. Episode 91 is of course the introduction to Alistar in the Pokemon Journeys anime, and it can lead to more Galar gym leaders being introduced. Galar gym leaders have honestly been done dirty, but I do feel like they will all periodically make an appearance, even if it's just for one episode. But with all that being said, let's recap the events of episode 91. The episode begins with panning shots of Winden, and I honestly have to say that these location shots look absolutely amazing. After arriving at the train station, Go and Ash need to transfer to another train, and while not paying attention, Ash backs up into Alistar. Alistar was startled by the interaction and ran away, accidentally dropping his train ticket. Ash and Go chase him to return the ticket, but he keeps running away, eventually going through a weird door and going to an ominous train. The duo then decide to ride the train too, as it was headed for their destination anyways. In this train, they take a look at the ticket and notice that Alistar should be in the first car, so they make their way towards the front of the train. Upon entering car number 4, they spot the odd keystone on display in the middle of the car. While Ash is looking at it, Grookey slams him head first into the odd keystone, dropping it onto the floor. Ash and Go try their best to raise it off the ground, but it's too heavy, and even with both of them trying their best, they aren't able to do it. While Ash pats the odd keystone, a weird green light goes within him, signaling that something spooky is definitely about to happen. As they're making their way towards car number 3, suddenly Ash becomes possessed by what is assumedly Spiritomb and begins to act crazy. From pushing Go to scaring him alongside a bunch of Drifloon, he's going absolutely crazy and can't control the actions that he's doing. It is cool to see that he is conscious, he just can't control his actions. The possessed Ash isn't really evil, but he's more or less a prankster, as after scaring Go, he is laughing and wishing that he took a picture to see the look on Go's face. The next car is filled with Pumpkaboos, and Go is a little scared to go ahead, so Ash offers him to do rock, paper, scissors to see who's gonna go first after a little bit of teasing him. Let me just say that school children in Japan really value rock, paper, scissors as a golden rule. Like, if you have a dispute and you settle that thing with rock, paper, scissors, and the loser never questions it. I've seen it solve so many problems time after time, and I honestly feel like we could all learn a little something from that. This car has many ghost-type Pokemon, and we see Sableye eating a Sapphire like an OG. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if that was just me. In a really cool sequence, we see that they're an Incada buried on the floor of the car, and they evolve into Ninjask. Ash protects himself from their attacks by shielding himself with Go, and Pikachu electrocutes everybody, sending them out of the train. After that, the Pokédex says that it registers Shedinja because I guess Go had an extra Pokeball, or once snuck into one of his Pokeballs. I didn't really understand that part. With all of that commotion, someone opens the door, and it's finally Alistar in the flesh. Just as they meet, they hear an explosion coming from the last car, and it looks like Spiritomb has made its appearance and is slowly starting to make its way to the front of the train. What's worse is that Ash's possession has gotten worse, and now Spiritomb has completely engrossed him, even making his skin purple and his eyes weird. Lucky for them, a tree branch breaks and completely knocks him out, which gives Go and Alistar time to get acquainted with one another. Go, who is similar to Alistar since they both are introverted, plays a big part in opening him up by asking him to please help his dear friend. Go goes to stall and battle Spiritomb, while Alistar calls on his buddy Sinistea to give Ash a wake-up drink. It works because it tastes so bad, and eventually the green orb that took control of Ash gets fired out and disappears under the train. Ash sends out Gengar to go get it, and after a pretty cute shot of him being too fat to go fully on the ground and retrieve it, they head towards Spiritomb after finally getting it. Go is struggling to battle the Spiritomb with his Absol, but Gengar shows up just in time to save the day. After some quick teamwork between the both of them, they return the green orb to Spiritomb, and in defeat it goes back into the odd keystone. With the day seemingly saved, Alistar, Ash, and Go arrive at Stow on side. Ghastlies and Hunters carry away the odd keystone. Alistar says that it was Spiritomb's destination all along. While talking to each other, Go and Ash finally go to return the ticket before noticing Alistar just completely disappeared along with the ghost train. That's it for the recap, now it's time for my thoughts. This was a really cool episode, I thoroughly enjoyed it. This episode was packed with a lot of good emotion, it had scary moments, funny moments, and wholesome moments, bringing together a very good episode. My rating for this episode will have to be an 8 out of 10. To me, an 8 out of 10 is a very solid above average episode, and that's exactly what this one was. It was awesome to be introduced to Alistar, as I find that he is one of the better gym leaders in Galar, and is seemingly one of the fan favorites. I do think that they could have focused on him a little bit more in this episode and fleshed him out, but they did establish his shyness and unwillingness to work with Ash and Go even after the victory and working together. Since we will see him again in the following episode, maybe they purposely did that. I also really enjoyed the possessed Ash. He was really playful, and although he was a little mean at times, he was just having fun, and until Spirit Tomb broke out, he was seriously trying to find Alistar and move up on the train. This phase did take up a lot of the runtime that could have been used for other things, but regardless, I did enjoy his time on screen. It was also great to see Go's Absol again. I always love seeing some Pokemon of his that don't get a lot of screen time show up again. It's nice to see that he remembers them. Go handled someone who is more introverted than him also really well by taking control of the situation and calmly explain to Alistar the problem on hand. Excellent character growth on his part as we near 100 episodes with him on the cast. The way that they showed Ninjask evolving to Shedinja was also really cool, as to my knowledge it hasn't been showed yet in the anime. This is a solid episode that I wouldn't mind rewatching again, if not solely because of how cool and funny Possessed Ash was. That's it for my thoughts on this episode, but let's talk about my predictions for episode 92 while taking a look at the preview trailer. The preview begins with Ash throwing a Mega Ball and failing to Gigantamax the Gengar. Poor Gengar looks so sad at not being able to do it, but Alistar says that if they get Dynamax Soup, then he'll be able to Gigantamax no problem. The first few minutes of this episode will be them going to Stow on-site stadium and meeting up with Alistar. Maybe they're going to establish that this place actually has 2 gym leaders, and because B is out there training right now, he currently has to be there. We then see for the rest of the preview that they're trying to get mushrooms to make the soup, and Alistar says that it's not going to be easy. Of course, my baby Grookey is riding a Dragapult like the king he is. I'm wishing that they don't give us the same formulaic stuff that they keep giving us in Introduction to a Concept, this time being G-Max Gengar, and Ash just mastering it right away. My prediction is that by the end of the episode, of course Gengar is going to be able to G-Max, but at the same time he's not going to be able to master it. Maybe he quickly goes back to normal or something. I saw that Kurtleblitz tweeted that perhaps Gengar will stay with Alistar to do some G-Max training, and honestly I can see that happening. It'd be a great catalyst for Ash to catch another Pokemon to fill his party, or perhaps bring back an old Pokemon to train with it. Regardless, I'm guessing that this is going to be a fun episode and probably really good. What do you think is going to happen? Will Gengar be able to quickly master G-Max like Lucario was seemingly able to do with Mega Evolution, or will he have to undergo some extra training first? Also, a reminder that after this episode, Anipok will be going on a 2-week hiatus, so there's not going to be any episodes being released until January 14th. I won't have any episode reviews going up, obviously, but I'll still have videos releasing on Fridays, so you're going to want to stay tuned for those. So yeah, that was my review for Pokemon Journeys episode 91, as well as my predictions for episode 92. If you guys enjoyed it, I highly urge you to hit the like button and subscribe. I make episode reviews every week just a few hours after the episode airs, so if you enjoy these reviews right after the episode, you know where to come. Today's comment of the day should be, which Galar gym leader do you want to see appear next in the Pokemon Journeys anime? For me, it'd be Milo. He looks kind of like Lemillion, and he would be a funny, nice guy, as well as insanely swole. I feel like he'd be a funny character if shown off in the anime, and would have a lot of funny interactions with other characters, and with a bunch of Wooloo. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you, and as always, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.